Okay, let's get started. This is our second New Earth embodiment meditation and activation call. This is a space to share and practice in this embodiment of what I'm going to speak to these days as New Earth, right? Leaning into this use of the term New Earth. Not as some far off, idealized idea of what this world could be, but more of a present moment experienced in the here and now state of healing, awakening, enlightenment, and whatever sort of spiritual word you want to call into your life and not just hold as some idealized concept up in the future, but to embody it, to become it, to be it here and now. And how we do this in this space, right? We do a lot of grounding practices. Right? The other reason I like to lean into this new earth term, right? This word earth, right? So much of spirituality from where I stand is about ascension away from this planet. It's about getting away from here to somewhere better, to somewhere with less suffering, less darkness, et cetera, et cetera. But this earthy embodiment, this ownership and honoring of being human, of being part of planet Earth. So this practice, this continuous practice of grounding into ourselves, our bodies, bringing consciousness, bringing presence into our bodies as part of a whole planet Earth. So, what I have for you today, because yes, we are here on these calls to do what I can speak to as our sort of usual practice, which again has a lot to do with grounding and has a lot to do with calling in and sort of building our own light so we can, call in the light if we want to lean into calling it in from an outside source. We can also lean into this idea, but also this experience of building our light, right? Again, this embodiment, this grounding in of light, this building so that we can share the light that is our own light, right? And we've been doing a lot of these practices lately. We do a lot of these practices all the time. So I do have a lot of sort of other practices, other sort of recordings and whatnot, where you can lean more into that. But today, what I want to do, because we are on the eve of a Scorpio full moon, and I know I'm feeling that one really strongly. It's hard to not feel Scorpio because Scorpio is powerful, and it's powerful in a way that brings us to our depths. Scorpio being fiery and watery, and Scorpio being this energy that brings us to our depths. So we're going to go into a practice. And as always, I don't know exactly what the practice will be, but we're going to go in and we're going to be guided and we're going to see where we end up. But I think it's going to have to do a whole lot with that Scorpio energy and Maybe after the practice, there'll be more words to share on Scorpio. Well, for now, trying to get settled. Settling into self, settling into your body. Finding your feet on the floor, your seat in your chair. And taking some deep breaths down into your body. Feeling into that three-dimensional expansion of your rib cage. Inhaling, being filled with breath. Just letting your inhale flow naturally into your exhale. No stressing or straining here, but ease-filled breaths. So we're going to invite in this intention of deepening. Like with each breath, can you go a little bit deeper down into your body? So maybe with each breath, you descend down, down beyond your rib cage, down beyond your diaphragm, down into your abdomen. Taking these slow, conscious breaths, deepening breaths. We're going to take several more breaths here. Holding this intention to deepen. Now starting to shift slightly to this intention to root. And you breathe down all the way to your root. Maybe you feel that in your pelvic floor. Maybe you feel that in your feet. Maybe there's somewhere else you feel into, tune into your root. Feeling that connection with the floor, connection with your chair. So you deepen into your roots, letting your breath really help you here, your guide, your companion as you root down. Maybe you visualize these roots, they descend down from your body, down through the floorboards, down through the foundation, down into earth, grounding you, rooting you, connecting you to earth herself. And you feel into these roots, feeling into a sense of safety, of holding, of comfort, of support, of nourishment. What do you feel? You feel as you connect into these roots. And slowly coming back to the center, back into your body. Maybe that's in your solar plexus, maybe that's in your heart. Maybe you sort of tune into your body as a whole. So that we're more deeply grounded, more deeply rooted. What we're going to do here is call in some light. Maybe you call in this light from up above. Maybe you open up your crown or open up your heart and call down a waterfall of light. Maybe today you find this light from within. Wherever it is, calling into that light, letting it fill you, letting it fill you, letting it expand within you, becoming full of light. You continue here, breathing into your body, grounded, rooted, as part of Earth herself. Feeling into that sense of safety, of love, support, nourishment, sense of connection. From here, what we're going to do, spoken to, we are in this powerful Scorpio energy. Got the Scorpio full moon heading towards her peak. Feeling into this watery nature of the full moon and of Scorpio. This watery nature. Gonna let this watery energy be our doorway and our guide. So we start to take this journey of descending down into our own watery, fiery depths. Breathing into your body. Can tuning back into center. Maybe that's your heart, maybe that's your solar plexus, but finding that center within self, centered within self, grounded, full of light. And from here, again, letting this watery energy be your guide, the Scorpio energy. It's almost as if a doorway opens, centered within self. It's as if a doorway is opening within self. And from this doorway, invites you down, using your breath, deepening into your body. So you take this journey down, breathing a little bit slower, breathing a little bit deeper. Letting Scorpio here be your guide. Descending down the staircase, down into your own depths. Maybe it takes you all the way down to your roots. Maybe it takes you somewhere else, your abdomen, your guts, your womb. So journey deep down into your body, down into your depths. Because there's something here. There's something here that you've been kind of keeping in shadow. Maybe it's a wound. Maybe it's a skill, maybe it's an opportunity, something so completely available to you. Only you are willing to look in its direction. Something living right inside of you, part of you that you've been keeping hidden, closed off from the light of waking consciousness. And now you're ready. You're ready to see it, to feel it, to maybe otherwise know it. And letting the Scorpio energy be right here with you. As it shows up. And maybe you get to see it. Maybe you get a knowing of what this is. Or maybe it's more of a feeling, of that subtle knowing, trusting that something's here. You might get full view or maybe just a little glimpse. Letting Scorpio be with you in this process. Continuing those deep, slow breaths down into your body, maybe noticing if you kind of skirted out. Bringing your full attention back down into your depths. Usually, when we're doing depths work, there's this need to really slow down, to bring focus, to breathe a little slower, hang out a little longer, give it time. Giving yourself time here to be in this space. While you're here, you might ask if there's anything else here for you today to sense, to know, to feel, to see. Anything else here that's perhaps ready to awaken. Once again, leaning to that full moon energy, that Scorpio energy, watery depths. And we're gonna start to slowly come out of the practice. Holding this intention to start to rise. Be breathing a little bit softer. So start to climb back up that staircase. Climbing back up towards your solar plexus, back up towards your heart. Slowly coming back into the center your being. Once you're there, trying to breathe your whole body from head to feet, feet to head, breathing into your arms, your legs, breathing into your whole body as you center yourself back in the room that you're in. I want to finish this up. Just a few more words to this full moon in Scorpio energy. And I'm curious if anything showed up for you. There's something about this Scorpio full moon in these sort of wild times that we're in, right? We're in big times, we're in wild times, we're in really fiery times. I have this flavor of Scorpio that is this power sort of initiate change, to be the impetus to take that first step, that big step in the direction that you need to go, even if, say, your head is telling you all the stories about why you shouldn't go that way. It's this energy coming from your depth, so far below your mind, that is moving you in the direction that you are ready to go, that right direction, that aligned direction. So yeah, so it's Thursday evening. The full moon in Scorpio is on Friday. So there's some time for this practice to sort of build and work its magic. All right, I'm gonna wrap up our recording here. Alrighty, everybody. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me, for bringing your time, your energy, your attention, your intention to this space, to this practice. It matters whether you're here live on the call, whether you're watching the replay. If you are watching the replay, I would love to hear what's up for you. If you were guided somewhere powerful in this practice, if you had an experience that feels like it would serve to share, and an invitation to share those in the comments or send me a DM on social media or an email, however feels best for you to share in that way. For all you watching on the replay, an invitation to join us live. It's so fun to be here in this space, sharing live with a beautiful group of you all. Okay. Once again, thank you so much for being with you here, and I look forward to being with you next time.